Hello guys, what's up? This is Mike Loris with game number 3 between Team Liquid and 3D Clan on the Radiant Die respectively. Game 1 went Team Liquid in dominating fashion, and game 2 was a very close game decided in one final fight at the end. Did ultimately go to the 3D Clan, which is why we see ourselves in a final game number 3. And the band's looking a little bit weirder. Batrider is going to be the first pickup, but PL as well as Clockwork being banned out. Team Liquid just don't want to go up against Nexus's PL again. And Clockwork from Bulba, it was pretty problematic. Those cogs are such a hassle to deal with. That is going to mean that a couple more powerful heroes are going to get into the pool, such as the Keeper of the Light and Batrider. Darkseer is also available should Team Liquid want to pick it up right now. But one thing I gotta say about 3D Clan is that the first game, well, I'll just say that that's a fluke. I mean, everyone kind of has a bad game once in a while. But I'm really not too sure about this Batrider pick from 3D. Because, well, Batrider is a fantastic hero. He's pretty much like S+ tier right now. But Servo last game didn't really do that much. His initiation wasn't really there. Every time he blinked in, it was at a poor timing. And he didn't really get lasso off ever. He got killed off in the last fight. He got killed off. He blinked forward into several of stuns multiple times, and I don't know. Servo just didn't impress me in game number 1. Wasn't the best in game number 2. I mean, yes, he did handle the lane well versus Gyrocopter. He did win that lane, but he didn't win it in such a way that you would expect a Batrider versus a Gyrocopter 1v1 to win it. So I don't know. We'll see it again. So this will be the final verdict on him. 3D Clan gonna go with the Gyrocopter as well as the Bane, so we're gonna go a little bit more towards game number 1 with that Bane pick. But Gyrocopter is a hero that TC has been playing for the past 2 games. He's found himself relatively successful with that hero. He's a hard carry. He has so much clearing. When he got that Divine Rapier in the final fight, that was a close fight, but unfortunately wasn't quite enough. So 3D already do have some very solid lanes, a good mix of damage as well as control in those fights. 2 spells that go through BKB being picked up right off the bat. Actually 3 spells. Call Down does slow through BKB, doesn't do any damage however. So Team Liquid probably heavily dissuaded away from that Lifestealer pickup. Get that, his rage won't really do that much, and a Lifestealer that doesn't attack isn't really a stealer of life at all. He is just a meat bag that you punch, and then blood comes out, and then gold comes out eventually. So that's gonna be very fun for 3D Clan if Team Liquid pick that hero up. But instead, Team Liquid gonna go for the Shadow Demon as well as the Keeper of the Light, Nature's Prophet. Keeper of the Light picked up because it's Keeper of the Light, and if he gets through, then you want to pick him up 100% of the time. So much counter push onto him, and the utility that he offers, although recall isn't really shown all that much in late game situations, it's pretty much boosted travel. Hell, in early game situations, it's boosted travel as well. So Keeper of the Light, fantastic utility hero, great support. And him together with Shadow Demon is a pretty vicious combo. Because Disruption just sets up perfectly for a fully charged or mostly charged Illuminate. And then whoever carry hero you have is going to have all the time in the world to, just open up onto the poor victim. The carry heroes are probably going to be banned from 3D as we see Lifestealer being banned out. I don't think Liquid were going to really pick that up. That would have been a very risky pickup from them. But Brewmaster is also going to be the ban out from 3D Clan. Getting rid of Liquid's mid lane. It's clear that they need it, so they need a mid lane and a carry. Liquid with their other picks have some relatively stable other lanes. And 3D going to have banned out from them the Darkseer to prevent that long lane, as well as the Undying for any aggressive tri-lane that might come out from the 3D Clan. Gyrocopter, one of the more capable heroes in an aggressive tri-lane. Liquid, their aggressive tri-lane isn't that bad either. Shadow Demon, Keeper of the Light, and then X hero who's still in the pool. Well, for them they need a mid hero and a hard carry hero. So mid lane against Batrider. Hell, go for the Puck. Lots of mobility. Worked well for them in game number 1. And the Magnus isn't available to them this game, so wouldn't be surprised to see that Puck pick from Team Liquid. 3D instead going to go with the Rubik, denied from them the first game, which let's say that was the reason why they got stomped. But Rubik Bane as well as Gyro, that's a lot of lockdown, a lot of damage as well. that telekinesis has some pretty great synergy with the gyrocopter. You would keep them within range of that rocket barrage, and especially when that's set up from the Bane Elemental, you don't even really need Bane Elemental Nightmare to set up. You could even use it as like emergency lockdown in case they get a little bit too far away for whatever reason. But yeah, telekinesis into a rocket barrage, that's a lot of damage, and it is going to be the puck from Team Liquid. And now they still need a hard carry, so Faceless Void, Dragonite, Phantom Assassin. No, I don't think Dragonite or Phantom Assassin are going to make it in. I do think Luna could make it in. Luna or Void, probably going to be a pickup from Team Liquid, because they just need someone who has a lot of damage, because right now they're kind of damage light. Their damage is purely magic, or mostly magic, which isn't a bad thing, but 3D Clan with the Rubik will have Null Field eventually. So a lot of Team Liquid's damage, as it stands right now, is going to be denied to them, so they need someone to actually do that right-click damage. And 3D, they need a mid-hero of their own. No, they don't need a mid-hero. They need a long lane hero of their own. Bounty Hunter will be a pretty good pickup, gotta say. They could, well, Clockwork already banned out from them, so... Well, they do have a couple of options as to how to run the Gyro, how to run the Bat Rider, so... Really, they could, hell, even they could pick up another carry hero if they want to. Pickings are a little bit slim, but I think if they do pick up another carry hero, that would work decently for them. But Bat Rider towards the hard lane, Bane solo mid. Against a Puck, he's not going to have the best time, but it's going to be a Storm Spirit solo mid, actually. Storm versus Puck. A lot of mobility in that lane, so it's really going to come down to the Storm Spirit to make things happen, as to play aggressively, as well as the timing of Puck's phase shift. I don't know if you phase shift an overloaded attack, if the overload is burnt, but either way, that's Storm Spirit drawing aggro and then taking some damage in return. So Team Liquid needs to find their hard carry, only have 16 seconds to do it. I can't imagine them picking up anything but the Luna. I mean, they have so much pushing already. Nature's Prophet, Keeper, and then Luna. Wow, look at that. There you go. Pushing from Team Liquid. So Nature's Prophet going to be getting lots of points and treants. Keeper of the Light blows down creep waves like no other. Shadow Demon. The way Shadow Demons are being played as of late, heavily focused on that Shadow Poison, so they do get a little bit more pushing from that. And then combine that with the fact that TC is going to be packing around that aura. Means that Liquid could look to take some very, very quick towers. And an early gold boost on Luna is substantial. More so on other carry heroes, I believe, just because she has a lot more early game than other carry heroes. She has that Lucent Beam plus the Eclipse, which is, Lucent Beam on steroids. So Liquid will be able to make things happen in the early stages if they get a lot of gold on her. And a lot of gold means tankiness on Luna, means a BKB, and even though the 3D clan has a Bat Rider, the BKB will still be very, very valuable for Liquid. Now, slight pause coming out here. Let's go over who's playing what. It's going to be Bulba. Hard laning, I'm guessing that Nature's Prophet, he's kind of getting no items, so it's hard to tell. He could still be jungling and just completely skipping out on that top lane because 3D, well, they still do have a hard carry, but yeah, it's being played by Nexus, so giving up free farm to the Gyrocopter, risking it, it's personal preference, risk management, I guess, some sorts of risk management, whatever. Fluff is going to be playing that Keeper of the Light, TC hard carrying the Luna, IX Mike is on the Shadow Demon, and Korok once again playing that Puck. On the 3D side, we see Solo playing that Rubik support, once again with some pretty cool neck gear, or torso gear, I guess. Nexus is going to be playing that Gyrocopter. Dread is following up on the Bane Elemental. Once again, Servo on the Bat Rider. We'll see if he can get some good lassos this game, because last game wasn't really that great in 3D. Sharfik, Storm Spirit. Oh man, this guy, I remember this guy. Storm Spirit and Sharfik, they go together. They go together real, real well. This guy's Storm Spirit was what one 3D clan there set against Pain Gaming. At least I think it was mostly attributed to the Storm Spirit. He just played out of his mind, using that ball lightning so very often to get those overload procs. And in this game, it will pretty much be the same, because Liquid, they're kind of stun light. They have one lockdown in the Shadow Demon, but aside from that, it's going to be the Dream Coil, and that's it. So Storm Spirit's going to have all the time in the world. The burst damage from Liquid is high, however. So Storm Spirit gets a little bit out of position. He get hit by a Lucent Beam, Illuminate, Illusory Orb, all that good stuff from Liquid. And then Storm Spirit's mobility isn't going to count for anything because he will not have the life points to zip around anymore. But still, 3D do have the disabling edge. They do have telekinesis, which is a guaranteed stun. They do have Nightmare, which is a great setup. And it's a better setup than Disruption. Because you could just, set up whatever static remnants or move your guys into position and not have to rely on perfect timing, such as the Keeper of the Light, who's going to have to rely on timing around that Disruption. But Serva is going to be looking towards the jungle, so he's going to be foregoing this bottom lane. He's going to be TC free farming this up, and he should have the easiest time in doing so. Once again, IX Mike is going to be playing that mid-polar Korok. Whenever he plays Puck, it seems he's going to have IX Mike to support that lane, which kind of makes sense. Puck isn't exactly the strongest mid lane hero. His attack animation is pretty horrible. And combine that with the fact that he only has 15 starting strength versus the 20 of Storm Spirit means that he takes harassment a lot harder. So Korok is going to get a little bit of support there, and that is going to get IX Mike, a lot of experience. Even being helped by Bulba, it's going to be a double jungle from Liquid. And they even got the pull off. So Bulba and IX Mike teaming together to clear off those camps. IX Mike already opening with 1 point of Shadow Poison, looking to stack up and clear them out as fast as possible. Dread and Solo doing kind of the same thing. And we also have Servo. Going to do that as well. Firefly through. Get as many creeps to follow him as possible. No, he's actually just going to clear off this camp that goes slow attack. Not something that you often think about, but it is pretty annoying when you're a Bat Rider, because you just try to get away to, kite them for that Firefly, but then nothing actually happens because you are too slow to do so. Korok on this mid lane has no gold for the bottle, whereas Sharfik already does. 9-0 on him. He went a lot lighter on the early game items, just because he has better stats from the get-go, a lot more strength, more importantly. So Puck is going to be struggling a little bit more. The pulse from IX Mike will help, although he needs to, get another one going right there. Bulba thinking about moving towards the top lane instead, gonna look towards the double damage rune mid. Doesn't have Sprout, so we can't actually make things happen. Solo Nexus and Dread looking for a very early tower. Bring up Basilius. It is up. Gyrocopter is packing it. And Flak Cannon to clear out the creep wave. Fade Bolt, maybe. Jared, one tower in the top lane is going to drop. No. Well, I guess it did drop, but Bulba with 2 friggin' Treants denying that tower. 3D definitely did not expect that to happen. That's a lot of gold that they could have had, and now Nexus even getting forced back by Bulba. IX Mike seems to be having some internet troubles. DC on this bot lane, farming all to his heart's content. And Fluff doing the double pulling, double pulling, farming decently as well. But really, Sharfik has his bottle mid lane, whereas Korok does not. Still 2 CS away from that. He gets some high rolls. So he's going to be struggling a little bit more in this mid lane. Still want to know if that overload procs, if it hits, or if, I don't know, if it throws it, does it work? Korok finally does find enough gold for his bottle, and IX Mike going to open up with Disruption and Shadow Poison as well. Korok doesn't really have that much magic damage. He's going to dodge the static remnant. Sharfik is dropping dangerously though, as is Korok, though the pull in through. And Korok is going to draw first blood using that illusory orb. Does die shortly after to the last static remnant. So it's going to be 1-for-1 trade, but Puck got the gold, and Storm Spirit didn't get any experience from that. Whereas IX Mike also took part in that kill. So Liquid got the first blood. They definitely take a better trade. I didn't really cost IX Mike anything. He was just around Shadow Poison stacking. He was in this area the entire time, so it's not like he had to waste a lot of time moving either. Now the bottle is up on Puck. Does have a slight experience lead. And IX Mike getting a little bit of time to get some gold, get some EXP. So Puck is back to this lane, and now Sharfik is going to have a little bit of a harder lane right now. He still should be able to manage this pretty decently. Level 6 is going to be the magic time where he could be super aggressive onto Korok. Although that Waning Rift is going to be annoying. Bulba, how's he doing? 3 levels on him. He's going to go for a fast hand to Midas. Although most of his jungle is being denied to him. Centaur having a party right here. But yeah, Bulba doesn't really have these 2 camps because Fluff is pulling and all that. He doesn't really have this camp because IX Mike is pulling. And now Sharvik. Oh man, so much movement from Liquid. They want Korok to get this regeneration rune. And he's gonna get it. So help him. He's gonna get it. But Bulba is jungling decently now. Help from Fluff. I guess this amount of jungling and pulling, especially from these supports, part of the reason why you don't see as many Chens or Enchantresses. Oh no, Dread in a little bit of trouble. No, Sharvik's gonna be the one in trouble. The damage is gonna come through. One more right click from Shadow Demon is gonna pick up that kill. Dread was around as well. Already used that Brain Sap though, but everyone from Liquid's so healthy. What did he actually nuke? It's level 2 nukes, that's some pretty good damage. Oh, it's the regeneration rune from Korok. Got out of there just in time, popped the regeneration rune, and Sharvik takes a second death on this mid lane. Now this tower is even take a little bit of damage. Fade Bolt is gonna fly through. Sharvik is back to this lane, but he's only level 5. He needs that level 6, whereas Puck has already hit it. So if he gets a ultimate onto the Storm Spirit, especially with the help of IX Mike, that's gonna be one dead Storm Spirit. There's the disruption. No disruption. Don't want to get too close to the static remnant. It's looking awfully handsome. Who's that handsome devil right there? Server has moved down to the spot lane. Level 3 on that Tar. He could force back TC, and if TC plays a little bit too aggressively, then he could pay for it with his life. Especially if he gets caught in the creep wave. Actually, that's the only way he's going to die. If he gets caught in the creep wave, Eclipse doesn't do anything. And then Serva just has the time of his life with the Firefly. But if Firefly gets a little bit out of the creep wave, then he could die in the spot lane as well. In the meantime, Nexus on this top lane has been farming his heart out. Has picked up those phase boots as well as the Ring of Basilius. Now the tier 2 tower is even taking some pretty decent damage. Although the lane being pushed this far, it does mean that Bulba is going to get some free creep kills here. Hit the level 5 mark. Wants that level 6 for a little bit more global support. But I do feel like the levels are coming up a little bit more on Liquid than on 3D, and they are. The experience advantage is there. I guess just more efficient pulling, having a better jungler hero, Nature's Prophet, as well as some decent AoE. Fluff gonna do stuff like this, which he could do all the time. Unlimited mana from the Chakra Magic. IX Mike even with a similar kind of thing. Shadow Poison doesn't do as much up front, but it could do a lot to the creep wave. And Bulba is almost at his ultimate and his Hanamitis. So this should come up roughly at the same time. IX Mike moving to this mid lane. Sentry wards are up though. Don't know if that's in range. The creeps will tell. Korok playing so aggressively. Sharvik is scared. He does have an invisibility rune, but Korok, you don't usually see this kind of bullying from a Puck to a Storm Spirit. But Storm Spirit knows that he still does not have Ball Lightning. Once he gets that, then this will not fly for Sharvik. He'll be right up there, forcing Korok back, trading hits, all that good stuff. But Korok, with the level advantage that he has, 2 levels, with an ultimate factored into that, he's going to force Sharvik all the way away from this creep line. He's going to get a little bit away from him. But he will at least deny Sharvik that level 6 for just a little bit longer. The Static Remnant will give it to him. No, not yet. There's the level 6. So now Storm Spirit's a little bit safer. Although he still has to worry about a silence on the other end. Pop that invisibility rune. He's not spotted out. IX Mike in a little bit of trouble. There's the Static Remnant. IX Mike going to take a lot of damage from that Ball Lightning. There's the disruption. No support coming in. IX Mike's going to get the curse onto Sharvik. Sharvik going to use that pull onto IX Mike. And that should be enough to kill the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon has some Majestic charges. He's going to get them off. And there's the Dream Coil. Korok's going to come right in for Sharvik, who's completely out of mana. Bottle charging. Try to get himself up. But you know the Waning Rift does kill off the Storm Spirit. Trading the Storm Spirit for that Shadow Demon, not a worthy trade, but now they might get another trade. Luzor flies out, Korok on the run from the Bat Rider, but there's the lasso being used. Korok taking some decent damage, but only level 1 Firefly, yes, is not doing as much as he needs it to do. TC now going to come in, and Korok, with that Waning Rift, going to get a lot of damage onto that Bat Rider, with that Lucent Beam, level 4 as well. TC comes in for an assist, and he's going to go right back to the farming. Serva once again, or I guess for the first time, dying. But Sharvik definitely not having the best game of his life. Level 6 on him, but his skill build is all kind of spread out. That Ball Lightning is going to let him do some pretty good damage, but it's not even with enough Electric Vortex to get that guaranteed Static Remnant. He needs more levels. That's something that Korok just not willing to give him. Level 9 on this Puck. He is leveling up so very quickly. Level 9, 9 minutes into the game. Now IX Mike is going to No, it's not going to happen. No, Korok initiate onto Sharfik. Not enough damage to actually kill him off, despite how much right-click damage he's actually doing. Teleportation coming in from Bulba, going to go straight into Sharfik. He's going to break through the sprout with his ball landing. Bulba takes pretty heavy damage, but Sharfik burned a lot of his mana. The Firefly is up from the Batrider. And here's the call down onto IX Mike. 1 hit, 2 hit. That's going to be the end of the Shadow Demon. Fluff is up on the run. TC already burned the Eclipse. Solo and Sharfik so very low, but TC pretty darn healthy actually. Sharfik's going to burn the rest of his mana to get himself out of there. Solo is trapped in the trees. Has stolen that Lucent Beam, but he's not going to be able to cast it. Korok with a double kill. 3 for 3 trade. And it's all the supports from both ends. But seeing as though 3D don't actually have a hard carry such as Luna, still got to favor Liquid on that one, because Luna was there. She got 1 kill and an assist from that. Sharfik did get out of there with his life, but really he didn't do that much damage. So 3D's team fight could be a lot stronger than that. Call down a little bit off target as well from Nexus. Luna already now with the Yasha. We'll see if she wants to go straight Manta or going to take a detour into a Magic Wand. Possibly Drums as well, get a lot of mobility onto this hero. Although it's hard to compete with the mobility of Storm Spirit, so it might be a little bit of a futile effort. But Puck, 10 minutes in, Power Treads, Null Talisman, and with now a Blink Dagger. What got stolen? Solo has 1 point in Phase Shift. Not the most useful skill to steal, but what is done is done. You can get a new one in a little bit. But Liquid looking pretty good this game. Pretty hefty gold lead, pretty hefty experience lead. And Korok just doing work on this mid lane. Whoever comes here is pretty much, well, they're going to fall prey to Korok. Sharfik as well as Nexus, not the most likely of ganking squads. Korok can drop everything he has onto Sharfik. No ball lightning for him. And Fluff and Stuff does come in. The Nature Prophet also doing some pretty heavy damage. Blink forward from Korok. The Illusion Orb is going to take the kill onto the Storm Spirit. And Keeper of the Light with a pretty heavily charged blast going to finish off the Gyrocopter. 3D wandering very aggressively with heroes that should be farming. Now Bulba going to move straight up to the top lane with IX Mike. And this top tower is not long for life. Ring of Basilius not available. But it shouldn't matter with this amount of units on this top side. Solo's going to come around, but he's not very healthy. Dread, he's level 6, so this Bane Elemental has been finding some experience. But this tower's going to take some pretty heavy damage. Bulba not with much mana. IX Mike can make something happen. Teleportation coming in, and Korok going to go straight for that very weak Rubik, and Illusory Orb himself out of there. Blink Dagger will be up in a little bit as well, but he's just going to teleport out of there. Meantime, the bot lane, Horse is going to fly through Servo. They can use that Firefly, but that they know exactly where he's going. But they cannot follow him to the edge of the map. So TC, he doesn't know that the Batrider is right next to him. So Batrider is going to play very, very aggressively. Here comes Sharfik, but TC is just standing his ground. The damage coming out from this Luna is absurd. Sharfik is going to get away once again. TC is going to get flame broken back. The Eclipse is going to burn through the Batrider, and one more right click from the Nature Prophet will not kill that Storm Spirit. But now Solo trapped in the woods. He's going to get an Eclipse off, going to kill off the IX Mike, but that's about it. One more Lucent Beam will kill him off. Not enough mana, not enough cooldown. Oh wait, no, Solo is still here, so TC's just going to finish him off. Double kill for TC. Oh wow, Bane Elemental though, coming in from the backside. Bulba trying to juke around the trees. Dread just wants a Fiend Grip, that's all he wants. He's okay with it. Oh, and the Coddle Evacuate will not be in time, but Bulba's still alive. One more right click. Bulba survives, you baller you. The jukes of Hazard. So strong. Dread does drop, and at the same time wasted his Fiend's Grip. Good attempts from Fluff and Stuff to evacuate that Natured Prophet, but in the end, it would just served as bait. Kept Bane there long enough for Korok to get back into this fight. Did he buy back? No, he didn't buy back. He just revived. Or did he even die? I think he died. I don't know. With Korok picking up the slack once again. And Sharfik maxing out that overload. He's doing as much damage as he can, but really, he's not tanky enough. He has no health items, and he doesn't really have much farm either. 25 CS, gold per minute is, wow, all the way down here. Not what you would expect. The Puck is all the way up here. The Storm Spirit is very vulnerable. He is such a glass cannon right now, and Sharfik is going to take a Nature Prophet ultimate. Korok going to blink straight in. Waning Rift Illusory Orb, that is it with the Nature Prophet ultimate. Sharfik is way too weak right now. He needs bracers. He needs a Vit booster. He needs something. Because if he stays like this, then Korok is going to feed endlessly on the Storm Spirit. That's definitely not what you want to have happen if you're a Storm Spirit. It's definitely not what you want to have happen if you're 3D and you lack a carry hero for your main source of damage late game to, you know, be denied. realize I've been saying that they haven't had a carry here. I guess I keep on forgetting that Nexus is there. But Nexus, he isn't really doing that much damage. TC is getting so much more than he is right now. And combine that with the fact that Puck is being so active, and oh no, Servo, you are in a bad position. Orb gonna fly out. Korok with the illusions getting a monster kill. But yeah, 3D mostly based on the early game, and the early game isn't going their way. I guess that's what I mean. Because they do technically have a carry hero in this gyrocopter, but the way he's playing, he's not getting enough. You can see Liquid just dominating the gold per minute. Even the non-primary farmer is doing very, very well. So Liquid, with their momentum, they're going to carry themselves all the way into late game if need be. Although, with the Buckler up on the Keeper of the Light, they're going to push down this tier 2 tower. They're going to get even more gold onto TC. Bulba isn't even here. Bulba's farming. He's now with Ring of Basilius as well as Treads. Hanamite has picked up a little bit ago, but level 2 ultimate is not going to be. He's going to cast that one off. Okay. The tier 1 tower in the bot lane has dropped. Sharfik now with power treads, desperately needed for him. Without power treads, he's going to be such easy pickings, but now he's a little bit more difficult pickings, but still fairly easy. But Korok is going to go for a secondary silence. My god. Somebody stop Korok. Once he jumps in with that Blink Dagger, going to get that Waning Rift, as well as that Orchid. Storm Spirit's dead. Everyone in 3D is dead because they simply don't have a really tanky hero. They don't have a tanky lineup. Liquid don't really have a tanky lineup either, but 3D, they don't really have the luxury of jumping in with impunity and, you know, doing what they want to do. Because they have to worry about an Eclipse, they have to worry about that Blinding Light, as well as the Dream Coil. And Dream Coil with Blinding Light, pretty nifty combo there. Korok sees blood on this top lane. Nexus is pretty tanky now with an Ogre Club as well as the Drum. But Korok, is he going to go for this one? He's waiting for support. Ix Mike is coming up with 4 points of Shadow Poison as well as the Demonic Purge. This will be the death of Nexus if he sticks around. There's Korok blinking in. Nexus with a Jump Charge running away, but here's a teleportation from Bulba as well as the Demonic Purge. And Korok gets a godlike streak from that one. So easy to kill off this gyrocopter despite his movement speed with the phase boots plus an activated jump charge. You cannot escape from, well, the Dream Coil, you can't escape from that, so he didn't even need to use that. The Demonic Purge slowing so much, as well as that Sprout, just level 1 from Nature's Prophet. And Liquid, they're looking so very good. There's the Dream Coil burned down to Solo. They don't want to lose that one. But at the same time, Solo is not going to find the opportunity. Silences are long enough. Orchid as well as Waning Rift. Rubik has to stand there and accept his fate. Now TC on this mid lane with the help of Fluff and Bulba. Now Korok. They're going to push down this tier 2 tower. Everyone from Liquid is here actually. Sharfik still in the spot lane. Looking to pressure someone back, but Liquid, they're not interested in stopping. They have maxed out Illuminate, level 3 Chakra. They have a mech. They have everything they need, but yet they're still going to fall back. They could have pushed the high ground. Force Sharfik back. But instead, TC is going to fall back, play it safe. Oh no, not safe enough. He's going to get initiated upon Fiend's Grip, as well as the pin from Sharfik. Is there enough damage to kill off TC? There is with the Brain Sap, but Bulba's going to teleport in, Korok's going to teleport in. Silence onto Sharfik. He's going to try to teleport out of there, but the Waning Rift will kill him off. So Luna for the Storm Spirit. It's a better trade for 3D than the ones that they have been making, but still not the best. They thought that those were free pickoff. And even though Puck had a longer teleportation time, his damage is so absurdly high right now. No Dream Coil needed for that. They're going to go for a secondary Orchid. So I said before that they don't have any stuns. Who needs stuns when the enemies rely on their spells a lot? And you can shut them down. It means Gyrocopter is going to be a little bit more of a threat later on once he picks up his BKB, which he is heading towards. But Liquid, with the amount of momentum they have right now, with the early game advantage that they're currently holding, the Gyrocopter isn't really their primary concern, because Luna is closer to the BKB than Gyrocopter is. She even has Yasha on top of that, and wow, Solo didn't stand a chance. I mean, I saw Puck blink up. I was like, I'm going to go check on him. No, Solo's already dead. 1 point in Nullfield, that's not going to help you, man. Not going to help you at all. Now Tier 1 drops, Tier 2's drop. Nature's Prophet with the Tree Summons, Fluff and stuff with the Illuminate Blast, TC with the Bouncing Glaives. The tower is going to drop. BKB should be up on TC very shortly. But all the Tier 2s have been cleared out, and the wards are being set up. Liquid want Roshan. Ix Mike's going to place a ward right here, or right there. And they're going to go for Roshan. Unless 3D smoke up, Liquid are going to know exactly where they are. And with so much to tank, they're going to do Roshan very, very safely. Luna doesn't really have the best items to drop. I guess he's going to drop his ring. Pick up this Aegis, or Korok. It's going to be Luna who drops the Mithril Hammer of all things. TC, you got to pick that shit up. Okay, Fluff's going to get it. Yeah, you don't really want to drop this 1600 gold item on the floor. But at the same time, they want this Ring of Aquila aura. So TC now does have a double life. The only thing left for Liquid to do is push the high ground. And with so much momentum on this puck, I guess they're only waiting for a Scythe of Vice, which should be the next item coming up for this puck. Once he gets that, the BKB on Gyrocopter will be up as well. So that's going to be 10 seconds where Liquid have to weather the storm, and then Gyrocopter's going to be dead. No matter really how much damage the Gyrocopter does, it's not going to be enough to kill off all of Liquid by the time before Liquid kill off all of the 3D heroes. Servo has his Blink Dagger now, so there's a lot of initiation for 3D. The only problem is that there's a Shadow Demon on the other end. And once again, if you initiate onto Liquid, unless you grab the Luna, then there's going to be a lot of dangerous spells hurled your way. Hell, even if you do grab the Luna, it's going to be Dream Coil, it's going to be Blinding Flash, Blinding Light. Now TC has his BKB finished. This Luna is pretty darn scary. Combine that with the fact that Puck is a terror as well, 12-1-4 on him. Sharfik's still in the spot lane. He has gone for a lot of health. That Ogre Club plus Power Treads are going to help him. TC on the hunt for Dread. Open up with a Lucent Beam. The Nightmare is there for Dread, but he's trapping himself in the corner for some reason. He's going to try to teleport himself out, but that's not going to happen. I think he probably could have been okay if he just ran, but Puck was on his trail with a Blink Dagger and Illusory Orb. You kind of can't run from that. Sharfik down the spot lane is going to try to force Liquid back, but I think Liquid are just going to try to force Sharfik back with a very aggressive push in the mid lane. Ix Mike's been farming the jungle all this time. 2100 gold in the Shadow Demon. Holy jeez. The Shadow Demon's stacked. He really is. And now here we go. High ground push. Sharfik has to teleport back. Doesn't. No, wait, no. He already teleported back. Well, he doesn't have a teleportation scroll. What kind of amateur play is this? You don't split push like that without a TP scroll. Korok gonna blink straight forward. Only one on the Illusory Orb, but Batrider is not going to get his initiation. And Sharfik can initiate onto Bulba. There's the Blinding Flash. Call down is going to hit very well into Liquid's side, but the mechanism is there. Korok does some heavy damage. He's going to survive. TC now, once everything's been cleared off, pops off the Eclipse. Going to get double kill. Forcing out the BKB from the Gyrocopter as well. Does still have that Aegis, and Korok going to heal up with his bottle with the Urn Charge as well. The Glaives are continuing to bounce. This tower dropping lower and lower. Next on the front lines with the Black Cannon, do as much damage as he can. But Liquid, they burned out the call down, but they lost the Dream Coil, they lost the Eclipse. Do they still want to go for this? It's going to be a lot more risky now. But still, I feel like they have enough power to do it. They definitely can do it. It's just, do they want to risk it? Looks like the answer is yes. With Aegis still on TC, there's no reason not to, aside from the fact they don't have their ultimates. Fiend's Grip has been burned, though. Korok going to jump right in solo, just barely dodging death from those horses, but TC on the front lines. Sharfik's going to zip right in. Servo is going to blink right in, but instantly gets Orchid silenced. Now Sharfik on the run. He might pop from this, although it doesn't look likely. TC going to get lassoed finally, but there's the disruption. Servo's initiation going to do nothing, or I guess secondary initiation. The horse is going to fly through. Dread taking a lot of damage, and there's the Glaives bouncing through. Nexus as well as Dread almost dying to these Glaive bounces in the mid lane has been completely carved out from Liquid, not losing a single hero there. Even if they did, it could have been an easy buyback into recall. And Liquid, they're going to go up to the top lane. With Manta Style being built up on this Luna with the siege potential that Ix Mike has, sitting at 2,900 gold. Why are you packing so much gold, man? You got to spend it. There's the disruption onto Luna, so more illusions means more glaive bouncing. At least once this tower does go down. Sharfik going to get initiation onto TC, but there's a blinding light once again. Call down, hit onto TC as well as Bulba. TC dropping dangerously low. Does have that Aegis though. He's going to drop, use that Aegis. Horse is going to fly through once again. Korok still in the middle of the enemy base. Going to blink himself out of there. Going to be just fine. 3 down already for the 3D clan. And Nexus is in a little bit of trouble. Where's the stun? Korok, not enough damage. But the silence onto Servo. No Firefly out of here. And the damage is enough to bring down the Batrider. 4 down for 3D, and the top lane is going to drop. There's the GG call from Dread. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Liquid, they take it 2-1 over the 3D clan. And Batrider, I don't know, man. I just don't know. The Blink Dagger came really late, but even then, it was such quick reflexes from Liquid. A blink into an instant Orchid. Even though Liquid do have 2 Orchids, so it shouldn't be that difficult to pull off, the speed at which they did it was impressive. Now TC just going to do a little bit of fountain farming because, hey, why not? You already won the game, and 3D, they aren't here to witness this. I guess Nexus is here. But Korok playing an amazing puck. TC farming it up on the Luna. Not to mention the global support from Liquid, even the Shadow Demon. He was very active in the early game, and that really gave Korok that edge over Sharpik, allowing Liquid to plow forward with a 29-9 lead. So that's going to be it, guys. Next set, Liquid 3D clan goes to Liquid with a 2-1 lead, and Liquid continue the reign of dominance, who are now 3-0 in the TPL4, and 3D, they drop to 1-2. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this set of casts, then like, subscribe. If you didn't, well, then let me know what I can do better in the future. But until next time, guys, GG.